Paul Thatcher with Fight Magazine and Cesar Gracie. Cesar, you have a guy on the undercard. Tell us about him.
I got a couple guys, actually. We got Brett Bergmark is fighting on the undercard tomorrow. Yancy Medeiros from Hawaii, and Gilbert Melendez, one of our affiliates, is a guy Bobby Stack fighting. So we got good representation tomorrow.
So these are some of the guys, some of the new guys coming up out of your camp, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. Brett's fought before. He took a little bit of a leave, but he's a really tough guy. Yancy Medeiros is one of our newest team members, but I expect a lot of good things from him. He's a tough guy.
And you were just mentioning that Nick is out doing a triathlon right now, is that right?
Yeah, he just called me about half an hour ago. He's supposed to be here tomorrow night. He won't be cornering because he started his suspension for the Tennessee commission thing, so he's on his 3-month suspension, so he can't corner. But he's going to be at the fights tomorrow to support our team and everything. He's in Lake Tahoe doing a triathlon, and as soon as he's done, he's going to drive down here, so we should see him sometime tomorrow evening.
So I believe that these guys are having a tournament. He won't be partaking in that, right?
In a tournament? Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, we're discussing that. It all depends on what happens with Jake Shields. I mean, Nick is not going to go into a tournament at 185 if Jake doesn't go to the UFC, and that's by no means a done deal at this point. You know, there's still a good chance he'll be in Strikeforce. It's not a done deal. People think it was. It isn't. And he's still negotiating with both companies as of yet. And if he decides to stay, then we're going to definitely keep Nick at 170 for the foreseeable future. Now, if Jake does leave, he would be fighting in the late September, early October as part of that tournament, if that's what we decide to do. So, yeah.
Nate, was he given any kind of suspension or fines? Or
he was fined. He's not suspended. He plans on paying that fine. His fight is a go for August 28th in Boston. And he's training hard. He's also doing a triathlon. Nick talked him into driving up there and doing it with him. So he's out there. We'll see him here tomorrow night too, but he's moving full steam ahead with the UFC right now.
So you guys have got how many champions in your camp? So 3 for Strikeforce right now, yeah?
We've got 3 champions for Strikeforce. We've got the Bellator champion, Joe Soto. And, you know, his instructor is David Terrell, but we're the same school. And then we've got a couple other guys, Mitchell and some other guys that fight, you know, local California champs, and Tachi Palace, which used to be where the WC was. So we got a lot of champions, and we got a lot of up-and-coming guys. You know, we just had some guys fight. They won in Montreal and Hawaii. So we're excited about the future. You
pride yourself on the fact that your guys came up from you from the very beginning. You didn't take these guys in as established fighters, but you train them from the roots up, right? Yeah,
I just believe that's what gives the school its soul. I'm not into running around trying to recruit top fighters to make yourself feel better. I don't even respect the camps that do that, to be perfectly honest with you, at all. I don't care. I don't even consider them a camp. It's a recruiting school, so that's just my personal thing. You know, other people have their views, but that's how I look at it. And yeah, we're the old school where, you know, we bring them in from the street, we make them champions.
So who have you got that we've not heard of yet that's coming up? Who should we be looking out for that's coming out of your school?
There's a young kid. His name is Roy Boughton. He's 4-0 right now, which isn't a huge record, but you got to consider he's 4-0 in 2.5 months. He won the IFC Champions Tournament, fought twice the same night, submitted both guys. He won in Hawaii at the X1, I believe it was, and he won in Canada at the W1. And he beat Canada's top prospect, you know, the best grappler they've got out of there, Misha Serkinov, I think his last name is, and that's the best guy they've ever had at grappling. And my guy submitted him in the second round. My guy's a blue belt, and he submitted a guy that won the Pan Am black belts, you know, in 2008. And he's beaten some great guys. He's really good. They're really hyping him up in Canada. My guy went in there, took care of business. So, you know, you're going to be hearing a lot about Roy in the future. And we got Yancy Medeiros, who's fighting tomorrow. I think could be a top prospect too. And, you know, he's a tough kid, so I'm happy to have him on board.
Well, great. Thank you very much for your time, Cesar. Paul Thatcher, Cesar Gracie, Fight Magazine.